Trump has said he'll consider major action, his words, if his administration decides that steel and aluminum imports threaten national security. If he were to undertake major action, whatever that means, how would it affect the global market?
Definitely it will be a substantial distortion. US was a classical destination of many goods, including steel and aluminium. United States needs steel import because of supply-demand balance, but any substantial distortions, any substantial deterioration from free trade will bring a lot of distortions, and eventually we all will pay for it.
He has also said, I'm speaking of President Trump, of course, that he wants the U.S. government and American companies to buy American when it comes to steel. Now, Severstal is no longer a U.S. steel producer, but given your experience there, will a buy American policy really help U.S. steel suppliers?
Well, difficult to say. Maybe short term it could make some impact, but on the long run, it will definitely undermine the free trade, a level playing field of competition, which will be reflected in less motivation in improvement of the efficiency of American steelmakers. And at the end, it will trigger some reciprocal trade actions, and it will lead to the, barriers for efficiency improvements and growth of competitiveness in the world. US has experienced something similar in the 30s during the Great Depression, and widely spread conviction is that more protectionism at that time, which was driven by short-term way of thinking, which is understandable, but nevertheless led to substantial deterioration of economic situation in the US and in the world at that time. We should avoid this mistake.
You have suggested in the past, if I'm not mistaken, that the oversupply situation in the steel market can only be addressed at the state level. In other words, countries have to decide to cut production. Do you still feel that way, or is there another way to address this situation?
Well, I don't know the remedy for sure. My point was that we should openly discuss it and get engaged, should involve all interested parties, and to avoid some antitrust suspicions, we should engage governments and international organizations like OECD in this discussion to have open dialogue, because the current situation in steel industry is very low capacity utilization, which fluctuates around 70%, sometimes even below 70%, is very, very risky for the health of industry long term, which could be detrimental for the world. World needs steel, but it's very difficult to have a healthy, sustainable steel industry in such environment. Of course,